YouTube, what's going on? It's Rob with Sprayer Splash Fragrance Reviews, and today we're going to be talking about Gucci Guilty Elixir Pour Homme. If you're interested in finding out more about that fragrance, please stay tuned. I totally had no intent on buying any more elixirs. I've got Dior Sauvage Elixir. I bought that when it first dropped. Thought it was kind of pricey, but because it had that like mature feel to it, I was on board and I bought it, sprayed it on in the store, bought it at retail. I kind of watched the whole parade of all the different elixir fragrances come out, and then I started to see, I guess, the most positive hype or buzz surrounding Gucci Guilty Elixir Pour Homme. So I said that's going to be one I'm going to pick up, and I also picked up one more, but that's going to be it. So this video is about Gucci Guilty Elixir Pour Homme and my thoughts on the fragrance. Before we get into the positives, I'll say, I got to speak on what I think is a negative, and that's the price. It is $160 for a 2-ounce bottle, and I think that is a little high for what you get. Not saying it's not a successful release. I do believe this is a successful release for Gucci. I just really think that $200 for this, not 200, 160 for a 2-ounce is a little pricey, and you don't really see Gucci fragrances heavily discounted, so I don't know if you'll ever see the fragrance sit at below $100. So I had to say that first before I even get started. But what you get with this particular fragrance when you first spray it is what I would describe as something that is slightly resinous, a little sweet, a little bit floral, and it's got like a warmth to it. And the fragrance, eventually transitions on my skin to what I would say is almost like a mentholated type feel. And this is the importance of putting a fragrance on skin versus paper. When I tested it on paper first, when I first got it, what I noticed was it kind of went into like a soapy territory on paper, right? But on my skin, it kind of got mentholated. So again, there's this warmth. I would never say this is a spicy fragrance, but the warmth of the fragrance is nice, and it really stands out for me. Eventually, the fragrance kind of dies down into what I would say is like a sexy, sultry type vanilla with a little hint of like earthy patchouli kind of sticking out. I think it's a nice fragrance. When I first sprayed it, I can't say that it made me think this smells like something in my collection, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And then I kept thinking and thinking and thinking, and then eventually it came to me. Something about the fragrance slightly reminds me of Pegasus by Parfums de Marly. They're not the same at all. I'm not trying to start anything like that, but there's something about the warmth of the fragrance and like the powderiness of Pegasus that I feel like is kind of like in this fragrance, and plus like the vanilla. Now the vanilla in Pegasus is a lot more defined and it's bigger in that fragrance to this one, where this fragrance to me is just, you get the vanilla, but it's different. But it's a successful release, and I think that a lot of folks, that choose to make the purchase are gonna like it for what it is. I just, again, with the price. Now, I personally searched and searched, and I found the fragrance for like $130 on eBay. I know that eBay thing is not in everybody's comfort zone, but I've made so many purchases via eBay, and I do it quite often. Now, for those that don't know, this is a 2023 release, and the nose is Quinton Biche. When you check online, the notes are listed as follows. In the opening, you've got orange blossom, nutmeg, pimento seeds. In the mid, you've got orange blossom, orris, osmanthus. And then in the base, you've got vanilla, ambrofix, benzoin, and patchouli. So I want to come back at another time and really talk about how the fragrance performs in the cold weather, because I do see this again as a fall and winter fragrance versus something for the for the warmer weather right now. That's my 2 cents on Gucci Guilty Elixir Pour Homme. Thank you so much for coming and checking out the video. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you choose. Subscribe if you've never subscribed. And I will talk to you again soon. Peace.